same content, same game, and then you do another video, same game, same time, and then it's like doesn't even like hit the same mark as because we were checking your video every 5 seconds. Like, what did you do? And I was like, I just made a Portal video.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Galaxy Podcast. This is episode 24. Today we are joined with Optical. How are you today, man?
I'm doing very good, man. Thanks for having me on. How are you today?
Living the good life. Just kind of trying to knock out some podcasts recently. Got kind of behind on some, so trying to get some podcasts done and see how things go. So,
Awesome, man. That's awesome.
how's things been going with you ever since Acrylic's been gone?
Yeah, so I mean, I've been more streams focused now than YouTube content focused. I do have a script in the works to get back into content creation, so I'm currently just working on that. But yeah, no, it's definitely was. I remember when like the first stream I did when I was out at Acrylic, it felt really weird. It like because I'm usually like at that time I was always like I had like all the Acrylic banners up on it on
Mm-hmm.
everything, and had all the like the tags, and it felt weird to not have that for the first time in what had been many years with them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like it was a weird thing to get used to, and honestly, it still feels weird now.
Yeah. I joined Acrylic like right before they announced that they were joining. It wasn't right before. It was probably 1 or 2 months before, maybe 3 months. Because I did a
Mm.
podcast with Golden. I really liked his outlook on things. So I was like, I kind of want to join this as a content creator. Used to be a GM for Galaxy Esports, but I decided I just want to focus on content creation because my content was popping, and I said I don't really have the time to focus on esports currently. I just want to work on my content right now.
Mm.
But I
And how's
knew,
that been going for you? Are you finding that okay?
oh yeah, I used to be an esports creator. Well, not an esports creator, an esports owner. I used to own my own team back in high school. I owned it for about 2 years, and then I ended up dropping that, and then kind of got out of competing as well. And then I started back up as content creating, and it's been going great. And it's one of my biggest things that I'm glad I done was drop that. Uh,
That's amazing, man. I'm really happy for you. That's it's a big change, but I'm glad to hear that it's sort of it's working out for you. I'm really happy for that. Well done, man.
oh yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. I hope everything goes well for you too as well. Hopefully you could maybe get back onto a team and content create because I don't know if Golden ever reached out about you joining in control or not.
Yeah, no, so Golden did reach out. The problem is that at that time I had quite a lot of like personal commitments that I had to like get through. So it was just something that like I couldn't do it that time because I had so many things that like I was working on personally, so like work and things like that. So it was just something that I was like I'm gonna have to hold off. And at that point I was still kind of getting used to the closure of Acrylic. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like there was a lot of things I was juggling, and I just felt like because of that I didn't have the energy that I would want to put into creating content for a team if there was nothing there. I did a
Yeah.
test run and there was no consistency, and so I was like, I'm going to hold off for a bit, work out where I want to be, and then hopefully there'll be a level of consistency where I can explore, going into teams again.
Yeah, I can understand that. I kind of got out of the loop of things back in March. I did say back in the New Year's, I streamed on New Year's, and I said I'm going to stream every single day this year. I kind of got out of the loop of things during March, kind of lost myself a little bit, but I got back into things. I still streamed every day, even if it was like a half hour or so. I still streamed every day, which is kind of surprising. But I've not missed a day, and let's see, I'm almost 8 months deep into this now. I'm in the home stretch of this, so it's been a difficult run, especially when I go on vacation. I went down to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and I streamed walking down Gatlinburg, the strip of Gatlinburg. So it's been a kind of a long ride to stream every single day. I will say that.
Yeah, and is it like every point whenever you like when you do streaming, you almost feel like not necessarily burnout, but there's a point where it's like, should I stream this? Should I stream that? Like, what do I stream? Like, is there an audience for what I'm streaming? Because I feel like that all the time whenever I stream, because it's such
Mm.
streaming is such a competitive space nowadays. Everyone's doing something.
Mm-hmm.
and it's like it's always so hard to kind of find where you fit in that space when everyone's either streaming the same game as you, the same genre. You're sort of like, well, what can I bring? Like, was you ever in that state whenever you was doing that?
Oh yeah. Uh, I can. I haven't really been in that state this year, but we can go back to like because I've been on and off streaming for I don't know years. I consistently got back into streaming the latter part of 24. I started streaming more consistently, and then when I bought my house, I kind of took a few months break, and then I got back into it. But um, before that, I would stream like Call of Duty, Fortnite, Fall Guys, Madden, EA College football, and a lot of people don't understand how many people actually stream that game and how many people you're going to be competing against. And you got to be different than that many people. So what I did, I started branching out to other games that I didn't think I would stream consistently. But like, if you look at any game, Minecraft's popular, Fortnite's popular, uh, a lot of games are super popular, COD especially. If you stream COD, you're gonna have to do something before you get the COD because you can stream COD every day consistently, same time every day for 2 or 3 years, and you might even just get like one or two people in that stream in those 2 years. Uh,
Mm.
what I ended up doing, I was just playing Xbox with a couple of my buddies, and I got recommended to play a game on Roblox, which a lot of people don't necessarily think Roblox is the biggest thing. But if you're, they have their own stock in the stock market. And honestly, I've owned some of the stock in the stock market of Roblox, and Roblox has made me money, not even from streaming. But Roblox is a huge game. There's multiple games on it, and then if you look at the streaming platform, the genre, nobody is a huge streamer. I think the top streamer, maybe like if I pulled it up right now, there'd probably be like someone maybe 500 viewers to like 5,000. That's the max. But you go to other games, you're looking at 10, 30, 20,000 viewers, and you're like, how do I compete with this, you know?
Yeah,
And
no,
uh,
100%.
and all I did was play with a friend a couple of times, and I seen like two people pull up in the first stream. I was like, what the heck? This is not normal. And then I didn't beat the game that I wanted to, so I came back another day. I'm like, I'm gonna try it again. More people came in, so I have like a couple people, two or three. I'm like, this is kind of cool. I never had like consistent viewers before. So then I came back because it took me 4 days to beat it. So I came back the third day, didn't do it, got some more viewers, like three or four. Then I came back the fourth day to beat it, and I had about four or five. And I'm like, this is not like I never expected this. So, and here's the best part: I got into that game right before they released a huge update, so I was really into the game. So once I beat floor one, I was ready to get into floor two, and people were looking for streamers how to beat it, and I was consistently playing it for 3 to 4 or 5 hours straight just to play it, and people would come in, and that's how I grew my platform. Was just from Roblox,
Amazing. That's
which
amazing.
I could branch out if I wanted to and start playing other games. Like I've played Fall Guys, and that's my platform's come over. But like I've played football, and I can tell my platform does not like that. So it's really just like testing stuff at this point to see like what works and what doesn't work at this point.
No, 100%, 100%. I think that's the approach for. I think that's the right approach for something like streaming. Is that like it's always finding your audience, and at first,
Mm-hmm.
it is difficult finding it at first because you've always got to try something, and then when you find it, it's like okay, like this is what I'm gonna do. But everyone always gets scared whenever they then try and play a game that same audience because then they think like, are they still interested in this? Like, are they still like you almost feel like, and like from like personal experience, you almost feel like you get a bit of imposter syndrome
Mm-hmm.
whenever you like do things like that. So it's like you're sort of just in there like, should I be doing like should I be streaming this, or it's like
Mm-hmm.
am I really the right fit for this kind of content? So yeah, no, you always get like that, but man, that's amazing. Like Roblox to boost your viewership like that, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, and I just to think about any game. I'm so surprised that Roblox did it. And I've grown a community. I've gotten people that consistently come back, and I've worked out a few kinks and figured out what to do and stuff like that. And it's honestly worked very well. And I try other games, and I used to be just one game, but then I started trying other games as well. And it's been working fairly well. Um,
Amazing.
how's content creation been going for you? Has it been doing anything different or?
Yeah, so I've been on a bit of a hiatus from content because I was sort of in that dip a little bit, and so I was sort of sitting back, like I said, okay, I've got to hold off, try and figure out like what I can do to sort of get my viewership back up.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just been in the process of basically, in a way, sort of softly rebooting my channel. So I think right now I'm just trying to branch out to like different games I always enjoy that I can speak about passionately. Um, or that give tips on it. So, for example, one that I'm working on will be a Borderlands video, sort of explaining different just like different classes, or like I'm still working on it to kind of explore what is the avenue for this one.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a Borderlands themed video. We want to see how that goes. Um, you know, it always seems to be whenever I do like games like the classic horrors or modern FPS, like that always has that audience there. Even games like Portal,
Mm-hmm.
but then like if I talk about another game, it sort of underperforms. So I think I need to like that's where uh my my sweet spot is in that case. So it's been hard trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, it's been hard obviously trying to get the retention that I used to have.
Mm-hmm.
Because there'd be a video that like I'm really proud of and like that I put a lot of work into, and
Mm-hmm.
then it would only get 200. Whereas another video I'd done once, which is Paul 2 one, that was like 97,000. So I'm trying to figure out like how I can hit back to that again to try and kind of get that interest of what I had in that video to move it into another one. So it's been difficult, but I think I'm starting to kind of see the direction on it and looking forward to when I can get that all together.
Yeah, a lot of it's just trial and error. Like I've uploaded videos and I've thought like this video is gonna do great, and then it doesn't do good. I'm just like so confused. In the game, a video, I'm like, this is kind of iffy, but I'm gonna upload anyways. It gets really good
Hmm.
viewership. I'm like, how? It's really weird how games really get produced, in my opinion. Because I would
Yeah.
think like some games would be really good, and then some games are really bad, or some videos are good and some are really bad as well. But
Hmm.
it's really
No,
just
100%.
figuring out like what grows, in my opinion.
No, 100%, and I think like that's far better than what I could put it. So yeah, I'm in full agreement on that. And so like I guess like it's I think like as like especially like, as content creators, it's always like for us, it's always about um you've got one audience that's stuck with you from a game,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like you've got one that's always there's always been so consistent in return, and then it's also like it's difficult to have that audience and then play the same game to bring in new ones because it's like you almost can't win with the algorithm in that way because like you
Mm-hmm.
could do one video, same content, same game, and then you do another video, same game, same time, and then it's like doesn't even like hit the same mark as what that previous video did, even though again it's the same game, same style of content,
Mm-hmm.
the same thing that drew people in. You do it again, and then it doesn't hit as well, and it's like the algorithm for things like that is so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It's so difficult, and sometimes you're like, well, hold on, if this one's done really well, and I've done the same style, the same high production value, you know, what have I done wrong here?
Oh yeah.
You almost sort of you start questioning yourself, don't you, in a way?
Mm-hmm. Like I've branched out to, I don't know. When I played Doors, I was ended up playing it. That was the game that got me pretty good at it. But I'd play Doors 3 to 4 to 5 hours a day, and that started getting boring after the updates came out. For a while, they were pushing
Mm,
out updates for a decent while, but then after they stopped pushing out updates, you're like, there's really nothing to do besides keep doing it. Like I complete all the achievements, all the badges. I've beat every single thing multiple times. I have over 500 deaths, so I've played the game over 500 times. And
mm,
when you look at that, and then you just get bored when you start playing it again. And I just kind of listened to my viewers, and then they were like, "You should try out this game." So I would go and try it out, and if it was all right, I wouldn't play it, or I'd watch viewership, and if it went down too much to suit me, I wouldn't play it again. But the best thing I've done is listen to my viewers, especially like my loyal viewers, top viewers. They tell me like I went to Rivals. Rivals grew me. I will say Rivals does help. I still play it to this day. Doors I don't play as much, but Rivals I still play to this day. Actually, I just played it last night, and it's an FPS game, and it kind of brought me some love because I love FPS games. I haven't played COD in a while because I've been streaming Roblox, but having an FPS game that I can really relate to and play is a lot of fun. And then they brought me over to a game called Fish, to where you would just fish, pull up stuff, you can trade it. It's just a grinding game as well, and you level up. And I played that last night as well. And then those were like my top three biggest games for a while. And then obviously, Doors kind of died off, got really into Fish, and then that died off because they sold the game to a bigger company, and then they killed it instantly.
Oh,
And that was really depressing. They sold it to a big company, and then they had collab after collab because they were just a big money grab company. They wanted to do everything to get money, and then they kind of killed the game. So it's kind of sad at some point to see that happen. And then I got into a
yeah.
little bit of a hunch because I was like, I only play Rivals, and Rivals is getting boring. I don't want to go to Doors, and then there was no other game for me to go to at that time. The biggest
Mm.
game that there was Dead Rails, and I personally didn't like Dead Rails. So I decided
Yeah.
to not play it. But the best thing I can say is just listen to your viewers, loyal viewers. If they suggest a game, be like, hey, this is a popular game, you should play it. Everybody else likes it. I would try it out. That's my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the best approach, because sometimes the viewers are going to know because they're your audience in a way, and sometimes it's like it's almost kind of like the saying, the customer's always right.
Mm-hmm.
If the customer says something, they're right in saying that, and in a way, so the viewer's saying, "Hey, I'd like to try this one." Chances are there's something in that game that they think you're going to enjoy,
Mm-hmm.
and then that enjoyment then translates into further content creation because you're passionate about something, you enjoy this one thing, and then it gives you another thing to grind out for, and then you meet new viewers. So no, 100%. I think that's a great piece of advice for anyone in the content creation space is to listen to your viewers because sometimes you'd be surprised at how well something does when you do that.
Yeah, it's really surprising. I like Rivals. I didn't expect to grow me. I didn't expect Fish to grow me. It branched out to multiple viewers. Like I can look back and be like, "Oh, that's a guy that's been here since Doors. That guy came from Rivals. This guy came from Fish." Uh, and then like there's other games. Like I started playing Dig recently, which is owned by the first creators of Fish, and I've gained some viewers from that as well. Not as many because the game's not that big, but I still enjoy playing it. Recently got back into Fish because the big company actually was losing so much money on Fish. They sold it back to the original company. So then the game's actually starting to come back, which was very surprising. I didn't think a company would ever sell it back to the original company.
Oh, that's amazing though.
Oh yeah, it was big hype when I seen it. I looked in the Discord and they're like, they do big games. Officially does not have any ownership over Fish anymore. I got so excited. I'm like, I'm coming back to Fish, and I played it a couple times, and things have been going fairly well for me recently. So I don't know.
That's that's amazing, man. Like I'm happy, like especially for you as well, like to have that kind of game that you enjoy to now sort of be back into the creators that they know what they're doing with that one.
Hmm.
To relaunch it, I think that's amazing, and I'm happy for the creators as well to have their IP back
Oh yeah,
that they worked so hard on and bringing it back to a state that everyone loved. And that's incredible.
it's good just for like the Roblox community as well, because
Yeah.
it used to be a top five game, and then it got killed off once it got sold. But it's kind of great that it's back. Not a lot of people feel like it's back anymore. Then there's a lot of people that's recreating games like Fish. Like when Fish was a thing, they created a game called Dig It. And then when Fish died, the old creators they created a game called Dig. Well, Dig It died, of course, because that game was buns. So then they created Dig, and then they brought Fish back. They bought Fish back. Now there's a game called Fish It, and like I'm looking at my screen right now, there is Fish It right on my screen. I can see it, and it bugs me because it's just like Fish. And then there's also a game called Prospecting, and it's where you like go in the water and like shift it your pan or whatever, and it comes up with like gold, diamonds, rubies, and stuff like that. You might have seen videos of people doing it in real life, but I don't know how the heck that game's popular. But it's so weird. I mean, it might be like a different aspect than like the Fish and Dig, but I enjoy Dig. I've caught up with it. Fish, they used to push out tons of updates, and I couldn't keep up with it. And I kind of joined late on the Fish game as well. So
Mm.
I'm still catching up. Like the max level is 1,000. I'm only 800. So I'm still catching up. And then there's tons of rods and there's tons of items to get. I'm far behind on Fish, and I used to stream that every day for hours. But Dig, I started streaming that, and I'm actually very close to just getting caught up to the new update, which is which is one of the things I wanted to do is just be on a game, to be the top player, to have everything, to know what I'm doing, and to enjoy, not to have like multiple things going at a time as well.
No, 100%, 100%. I think it's the right approach as well. And it's, I think it just increases the enjoyment when you go back to it, and then you sort of have like that sense of excitement to sort of continue to keep on grinding. And yeah, no, 100%. I think I think that's the right approach to it, because I'm similar as well. Like when I did Call of Duty, I was like, I sort of like when I was doing Call of Duty, like streaming, there'd be times where like I do a bit of ranked and then step away and then look forward to try and get back to that level again. Because otherwise, if you
Mm-hmm.
constantly do it, you get that burnout, and then you're like, I don't enjoy it because I've done it like so many times. So to have that break, to get back into it, it just makes it much more, enjoyable really to do.
Oh yeah, especially being caught up. But
Yeah.
I wanted to hop into, so what was your role in acrylic? I didn't really like get into acrylic as much as I've done control, but what was your role in acrylic? Because I know you had the podcast with Golden, but
Yeah. So originally with acrylic, I was what? So when I first started, I started as someone that was trying to get into esports as like a esports player.
mm-hmm,
So I there was a team I joined previously for Black Ops Cold War, um, and then they closed down, and then essentially the guy that was part of that team, he recommended me to Golden for Call of Duty Vanguard,
mm-hmm,
um, and so then I moved over with them, and then I was on the EU roster as a like I'm not gonna say like bench player, but sort of like this like the stand-in. So if a player can't make it, I would stand in
yeah,
for them.
substitute,
Substitute. That's it. That's the word I was looking for.
mm-hmm,
And unfortunately, there was just with the EU team, it was just becoming very difficult because one, obviously, EU like Call of Duty was very strange with how it handled the esports side of things. Like it
mm-hmm,
was very, especially with challengers as well. Challengers was always a bit of a and then obviously then you had the rise of cheaters as well,
mm-hmm,
and then obviously it was then people sort of were just like, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do this now. Like it became a very demotivating space to be because when you're an athlete in a game at Call of Duty, it's very hard to make it. And then obviously updates came along, games made more broken, and then it became a very hard state to be played competitive in.
mm-hmm,
And so I spoke to God and I was like, hey, listen, I'm I'm not enjoying like this esports side of things anymore. Can I be a content creator? And he was like, yeah, sure. Um, and so, I started off small in terms of content. I was very inconsistent in the first bit. Because in my original channel, on my very first upload, I was talking about esports mentality, how about how players think whenever they're in different situations, playing games live in front of people, and then like talk about aim training. And then I switched to talking about games. So whether it be like the lore of games or it would be like, a critique of them or an exploration of them.
mm-hmm,
Um, that's when I found to have a bit more enjoyment into it because I'm like it's games that I'm passionate about that I can talk about openly, and I just enjoyed it so much more than esports because when I was when I was trying to be an esports player, it's the it's a very difficult space to be in, because there are so many people when they're better than you. You sort of look at it and they're like, and you think to yourself, like, maybe this is, maybe I'm not cut out for this, or maybe like, like I enjoy the game, but I'm not a pro at it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I just tried to explore different games, but I could never in the end enjoy the esports side of things, because it was such a like a wide space to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I was like, then let me just do content creation, because then I don't have to be too informative on things. Like, I can have a bit of enthusiasm to what I'm doing. Um, and I enjoyed it so much more to be like,
Mm-hmm.
playing games more casually, yet talking about them, and not trying to foul at try harding at games like Call of Duty and FPS. Just play
Mm-hmm.
more casually and talk. Yeah, it was so much better, and it was, it made it more motivating, as a content creator and a streamer, because I was just playing games for fun. I wasn't playing it for competitive reasons. I
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
trying to compete for anything. I was just there trying to have a good time, and I did. And I was like, this is what I should have done from the start. I'm
Mm-hmm.
having a lot of fun with this. So yeah, that's how it sort of started, and then yeah, I then just Golden and I started just talking a lot, and we then did some gaming videos. Um, and originally I had a podcast, uh, with L2, called the Game On Podcast. So L2,
Mm-hmm.
no IQ. He's again a great friend of mine as well, that I met through Acrylic. And we done that, but obviously then again the gaming space just became very like weird to talk about, because like it was sort of, there was a phase where there wasn't much to talk about in gaming news,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously L2 was then smashing it through competitive, and so we just decided mutually to be like, okay, let's just like, no, let's stop the podcast. We had a wonderful time, but like the space is getting weirder with the gaming news, and L2, again, as I said, he was smashing it with a competitive play. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, honestly, I want to see him do like pop off,
Yeah.
like in matches. And then so it had then been, I think, a year later. I was in discussions with Golden, and he was like, I kind of wanted to do podcasting, and like, did you want to bring back the idea of it? I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And we was in a lot of talks, and so we was like, we don't want to do what we did with the Game On podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're both passionate about films. We're both passionate about like media, and we always want to talk about current affairs in that aspect. But we don't want to be a podcast that talked about a lot of negative things. And so, a lot of times, movies and games, you're always going to get positive news, and we that was positive for us.
Mm-hmm.
So we launched that podcast instead, um, and that was really really fun. But yeah, no, I was Acrylic. I joined in November 2021, and it was with them till the end. And honestly, they are the most amazing bunch of people you could have been asked to like work with, because they're so supportive. Like, they've always got your back.
Oh yeah.
Anytime that you feel demotivated, they're there for you, and it's amazing. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah,
Best 4 years as a content creator.
I loved being a part of Acrylic. I really I gained a lot of people and I've seen a lot of things and I've talked to a lot of the creators and I really enjoyed it there. Even though I didn't compete for them, but I just enjoyed it. I used to
Yeah.
compete. Actually, I didn't compete very long when I actually competed because I should have competed a long time ago. I was really good at Black Ops 3 and that was my best game. And then Modern Warfare 2019 was probably my second best game. And both years
Mm.
I didn't compete like an idiot, and I didn't get into competing until the very end of Modern Warfare 2019, and I didn't really even compete that much. But I played a couple games and I did fairly well. So, but then when we started branching out to like Cold War and Vanguard, I would compete a little bit. I'm like, people are getting above my level, and I said
Yeah.
I can't compete anymore. I said I was getting older. Let's see, I was probably 17, 18 at the time, which if you want to compete, you need to get in young, especially at U18, especially in Call of Duty. I think if
Mm.
you compete young, get into the scene young, you will see a lot more people do better because you're going to grow and then you can watch other people grow as well and see like what they do and then you can apply it to yours as well. And that's one of the biggest things why people watch film because you see what teams are doing, what they're doing. And a lot of esports team never watch film. and when I was I'm an esports owner. I pushed film like no tomorrow, and they're like, "Why do you want us to watch film so much? Would you rather us play?" I'm like, if you see the tactics, because I'd have them watch like who we're playing next. You see what they're doing, and then you go watch like a pro game. I'm like, just watch CDL, just watch esports, the actual series. Watch Optic, watch Phase, whoever, and I don't care who you watch, just watch what they're doing, and then apply it to yourself. I'm like, because you're obviously not as good as them, or you'd be there. And I said that's no diss on you, but like if you're as good as them, you would be there right now. You're not. So figure out what they're doing and then apply it to your level and try and be as good as them.
Yeah,
And me becoming an owner was definitely the biggest things stepping out of an esports competing. I loved competing. I've always had the competing mindset. Uh, but then it was kind of sad. It got into a little bit of hustle to get everything going. And I was a kid in high school. I actually took a study hall just to manage the esports team as well. So every day I would have all my homework done, and I would just be in study hall on my phone recruiting people multiple times, watching film and shit, trying to get people together. And it became too big of a hassle for me, and then I had too many games. I was doing everything like free. I didn't put any money into that team besides like I put less than $100 into that team. I was trying to do everything free. I had no clue on how to market my team. But after all that, I had a couple captains leave, and then I was a captain for every co-team, and I'm like, this is too much. Everybody's leaving. We're not doing so good. I had a
mm,
multiplayer team that did for COD that did really well. I say multiplayer because we did Warzone and Rebirth and stuff like that. But we did we did that, and we lost my main team that I had for a couple years, and then that was kind of our downfall from there because I couldn't get a team. A guy said that he would get us first in challengers. He came and competed one game for a team that we used to 3-0 every single time we played him. He got 0-3'd and they didn't even break 50 points on hardpoint. Now that's embarrassing.
yeah,
So, uh, which was very surprising. So I just ended up dropping the team. And then after esports, I'm like, it's time to get back into content creation. It's where I wanted to be before esports. I got into esports from my buddy Lego, and he has a team as well. Like I'm in control, and he even talked about it. He says I really want you on my team, and he says I want you to be a part of the ownership. I said I can take over part of the ownership, but I'm not wanting to uh, take part in like a big role of the ownership. I said I'll own part of it, so I have my name
mm,
on it, but I don't want to be a big part of it. So I'm kind of there's like three owners, and I have like 33% of the business or whatever. Uh, well, no, it's 24% of the business. He still has a major share. Me and another guy has 24%, and then he has like 51%, I think, or no, 52. That sounds about right. I'm not sure, but he's doing fairly well on the team. He just closed the Halo team because of some recent news, but In Control looks like they're doing very good, and Boom seems like they're doing pretty good as well. I'm supposed to be on a podcast with them because Boom has their own podcast, and they really want me on there, so I need to get my ass on there soon too.
yeah. No, 100%. Like honestly, like I was really I was really happy for Golden because obviously, I think when Acrylic did close, it was definitely a bit unexpected.
Mm.
Um, because they just won the Call of Duty champion, like not like the official Call of Duty championship, but like they done a LAN one and they've done it, smashed it, But when they explained it, I was like, actually no, like this is okay because like they're ending on their terms, they're ending on a high note. They're not burning themselves out. That it's the way that they can take care of themselves, take care of the team, and ensure that the team left a good mark, and it did. I mean, it done really well. I
Mm-hmm.
remember there was a story that one of our players told us, and is that they had the shirt on, and one of them behind them recognized and said, "Oh, is that acrylic?" I was like, "That's awesome! Like that's amazing!"
Oh yeah.
You know, and so. and then seeing then Golden become their own, I was like, that's like I was really happy for him because Golden like and L2 were like great esports team owners. They was
Mm-hmm.
on everything. They had a plan with all these different teams and content. And so when I saw Golden obviously come forward and say, "Hey, look, I'm now the co-owner of this one," I was like, I'm really happy for him.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for him. I'm happy for everyone on the team, like who are Co-Machine as well. He's now become a bit of a solo content creator. He's smashing it on YouTube side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have L2 smashing it at the competitive, Golden smashing it in terms of team management. Like they're all doing well, and that's really what I'm so proud to see
Yeah,
of all of them.
I really was
And
proud of
you're
what
smashing it
Golden
as
done.
well. Like you're killing it with
Mm-hmm.
all your content. So I think that was the biggest thing I was happy to see is that everyone, even though yes the team closed down, everyone stepped away and still managed to also like forge their own path, and they've been doing so well. So it's been amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of been nice watching everybody grow. It's nice seeing it. I'm not your average content creator you come to see like from a
Oh,
COD team. You're like, this guy plays Roblox and he's a content creator for a esports team, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of see it, see your perspective, but like, I'm still a content creator, and I still want to be in some type of the esports team, kind of give back. I mean, I was in it for years. I was in it from like
mm,
2019 till 23 or so. I was in it for a long time, and seeing the people making the connections, and then I still want to be a part of it. Like I even tried to get back into general managing for Galaxy, and then I didn't really have a big role there, and they were going to start their own league, and then I was going to be like the head of the league, and I was going to make money from it. It was going to be like the next big thing, and then they ended up like conjoining with like 4 or 5 different esports teams to make the biggest league ever. And then I dropped out of it, so then I think Galaxy also dropped out of it too because they didn't really have anything to offer. Because once I dropped out, because I used to own my own league as well for Call of Duty, and when I dropped out, I think it kind of was like they don't really have anything to offer besides like website skills. So I think they had other people that had website skills as well. So I don't think they stayed in there. So then I ended up joining Acrylic as a content creator. And I was glad when I seen what Acrylic said about the team and how he handled it. And then he ended up being a focus on content creation, which I think is great for esports owners that they focus on one single thing. So now he's not over the whole big thing anymore. He joined the bigger organization and he's over one thing, which is the content creation, which
yeah,
he's doing a great job. I mean, he's put out uh, people and told people like what you need to improve on as a content creator and stuff like that. And I've taken full feedback on that, and I've changed everything he said that I wasn't doing the best. I completely changed, and I'm doing a lot better on what he told me to change. So uh, hopefully that does look a lot better for me. So hopefully that does well in the future.
and I'm sure it will, man. Like you've got the energy for it all. You bring the right energy to these kind of things. So I have no doubt that you'll do really well.
Hmm. I hope content creation goes well for you too, because especially when you're out of the niche or just
Yeah,
trying to find it, that is a huge thing for content creators. Because you're kind of like in a spot, you're dead, and you're like, I don't know what to do here, and you're kind of
yeah,
stuck, and you're like, I could do this, I could do that. I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to do this, but I don't know if that'll work. It's just kind of a stuck point, and you're just like, sometimes you got to force yourself to stream, and that's
yeah,
not a good thing because if you force yourself to stream, you're gonna get burnt out. It's for everything, anything. If you force yourself to do something that you don't want to do, you're not gonna like it, and then you're gonna end up not wanting to do it anymore.
yeah. Exactly, spot on. Like literally nail on the head.
And
And that's exactly like what I'm feeling right now, to be honest. So it's like it's working through it and see what we can do. You know?
you gotta work it out, and see what's going on in the future. Uh,
Yeah,
but like I always tell content creators, and they don't see it, but if you go back and look at Queso when he had the podcast with Jinxie, he talked about how he didn't like streaming this one game very much but it would get him viewers. And he even said that if he did one more stream of it and it popped off, he would be able to become a variety streamer and he wouldn't have to focus on that game anymore. And that game was 2K, which I would think that game's overpopulated, but it worked for him. So if it works for you, I say stick with it, and then you can do what you want.
Yeah.
Obviously, a 10 viewer person, I can't do what I want. It might sound like a lot from a small streamer, which I think it is. If I look back at myself with one viewer and not having anybody watching stream, nobody in chat, to where I can consistently talk to chat, have 10 viewers, and play with my viewers, it's a big change. And if it happens instantly, you're not really ready for it. I had a TikTok stream. Roblox went down, and I streamed it. I don't know why, but I ended up streaming it. Roblox down. Heck, I had 2,000 people active in that stream. Chat was just flying. I was just like, I don't know what to do. And I just sat there and looked at chat, and I couldn't even read a full sentence. It was just flying. And I had over 2 million people come through there, but I had about 2,000 active viewers on there. And
Oh my.
I'm just sitting there looking at it. I'm just like, how do big streamers do it? 30,000 people in their stream, and I'm one of the people that want to read every single chat. I'm like, I can't see a single message. I'm like, everybody go to Twitch. If you want to talk to me, go to my Twitch channel. And maybe like 10 people came over out of the 2,000, but man, I can't read
That's
anybody's
still
chat.
10 more than what you would usually have.
Oh yeah. And that was just
That's
one
amazing.
stream, and that was probably, I still talk about it all the time because it was crazy. I just got home. I'm like, it's time to stream. Roblox is down. I'm just gonna go live. I said it's time for me to go live, so I'm just gonna stream it. And heck it was like, first I had 5 viewers on TikTok, and then it went up to 10, and then it was 20, then it was 50, then it was 100. I'm like, wait, what's happening? And then it was 400, then it was 800, and then it broke 1,000. Oh my gosh, what is happening? 1,500, 2,000. I'm like, oh my gosh, and chat's just blowing up. I'm like, if this is what I gotta look forward to in the future, I'm gonna have to change some things. Kind of like how creators have like two chats. They have like a subscriber only chat. Then they have like a followers chat, and they usually only read from the subscriber chat. But like, it's nuts just to get an experience of that. Your adrenaline gets going. I mean,
Yeah.
when you're probably a streamer that gets that all the time, you're probably like, this is normal. But when you have a small streamer have that, your adrenaline's going, and I could feel the blood going through my body. It was insane. It was
Such
kind of a
excitement, isn't it?
it was kind of an exciting time. I wish I had a recording of it all, but I don't. I have pictures of it of when I was hitting all the followers because every milestone, I'm like, take a picture, take a picture. I'm like, I posted on my story on Snapchat. Oh my god, I'm getting bigger. And I'm like, this is fun. And that happened back in the latter part of last year, and it was kind of exciting watching that happen.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Honestly, that's amazing, man.
Oh
That's
yeah.
amazing.
I
That's
wish that for everybody, just for them to witness it, because it makes you, if you ever want to quit streaming and you look back at that point, you will never want to stop streaming. That adrenaline and that feeling of that many people talking and watching your stream, the adrenaline, it just goes right through your body, and you don't want to quit nothing. It's insane. It really is.
yeah. It's like similar to when I done my Portal video on YouTube, and I was like, this is just going to be me talking about a possibility of something, and literally every 10 minutes I was getting 100 new viewers, like every like 1,000 to 100 new viewers. And I remember I'd done it, and I got a text from Golden when it was happening, and they said, listen, and we had a co-manager at the time called Nada, so Drew,
Hmm.
and literally it made me laugh because I had the text come in and they said, listen, me and Nada are in the group chat right now. We're absolutely blown away because we were checking your video every 5 seconds. Like, what did you do? And I was like, I just made a Portal video, like just talking about why I want to see Portal 3.
Hmm.
And like literally it was popping up, and like every 5 minutes they were like, you're this number, you're that number, this number, that number. I'm like, How? How?
Yeah, I was on
It's like
Twitch
it's
when it was
exciting.
happening, and everybody on Twitch, they're like, they don't even know what's happening. I'm like looking at TikTok. I'm like in a game. I'm just watching it. It's frozen. We ended up playing Kahoot, and we had everybody join in Kahoot. It was insane, but
Oh, Kahoot's great. I love Kahoot.
yeah. And then they ended up hacking Kahoot. So then they
Uh,
someone killed it for everybody. So that was boring. But it was
that
fun
sucks.
because I'd have the back screen. I went full screen, but then I lost viewers. I'm like, oh crap, bring it back. I'm like, Roblox still down. Kahoot's down here, everybody. Just pay attention here. I'm like, we're still playing Kahoot, but Roblox is still down. But it was a fun time.
Oh, it's amazing. That's
But
so good.
oh yeah, well,
Oh,
I think we're gonna go ahead and shut down this podcast. It's been a good one. I'm trying to shorten down the videos
yeah,
because the last couple ones I've been going for like an hour and a half, and I don't. It's kind of when I watch podcasts, I want them to be shorter and get as
mm,
much information as possible in a short span of time. It's okay to have
yeah,
long ones, but uh, when I try to cut it off around 45 minutes to half, I want to start doing like half hour to 45-minute podcasts instead of my usual hour because when you watch a podcast, it's kind of hard to like keep up when it's an hour and a half. It's a lot
yeah.
of information. Sometimes it gets boring. So so I appreciate you coming on here, man. I really do.
Oh, that's man. I appreciate it. Like, I appreciate you letting me on here. It's like it's been really fun, and it's I enjoy these kind of chats with anyone because it's just always an interesting subject to talk about for for any streamer of any size or creator of any size. It's
Oh,
really always an interesting topic.
oh yeah, it's I love talking to other streamers, and I always want to do collabs with other streamers as well. So
Yeah, likewise.
it was great having you on. But
Thank you for having me on, man. I really appreciate it. Again, honestly, I've really enjoyed this chat with you.
oh yeah, I appreciate you having on. If you have any socials you'd like to plug, go ahead and plug them so people can check you out.
Yeah, of course. So if you want to follow me on my Twitch is twitch.tv/literallyoptical. And then my YouTube is at it's optical, and then my Twitter is at just optical, and then my Instagram is at it's just optical.
There you go, everybody. Make sure to check them out. You guys can check me out at Real Blue Star Gaming on everything besides Twitter because they think Real Blue Star Gaming is too long. So it's underscore Real Blue Star underscore. Because screw Twitter, that's the only platform that doesn't take Real Blue Star Gaming for I don't know what reason. And you guys know that I stream on.
Twitter's just weird now.
Oh yeah, I stream on about every platform you can think of: Twitch, Trovo, Kick, YouTube, and eventually TikTok because my original TikTok got banned for streaming. So now I'm trying to get my other TikTok up. Oh yeah, let me just tell you this quick story real quick. Let me tell you this quick story. Uh, I always tell content creators to check to stream TikTok. Uh,
Hmm.
because when I had that, I kept a lot of viewers and I gained a lot of followers from that. So I always tell people stream TikTok because it grows your channel substantially. I would have I would stream. I would have my starting screen, no audio. I'd have just my stream starting. It's the acrylic one that they gave to all the viewers. I still use it, and I put it out, and I got banned for sexual exploitation. They basically said I had like nudes on stream. I was just like, it's a starting screen. And they would ban me multiple times. No matter, I was like, maybe it's the starting screen that's throwing them off. So I stopped the starting screen. Heck, and it was just like the Roblox game where it has like everybody there and like games. They still ban me. Or they'd ban me for harassment and bullying. I'm like, I can't even do anything at this point. And like the end of me playing TikTok, I mean streaming on TikTok, every time I would get unbanned because it was like usually like a week or so banned, I'd get unbanned, I'd come back in 2 days unbanned again. I'm like, dude, it ain't even fun anymore. It's a stream on
Yeah,
TikTok.
that's ridiculous.
And then one time I got banned, and it permanently banned my whole account. And my heart dropped. It logged me out of my account. I looked it up. A banned user. Huh? No, I'm not having that happen. I lost all my viewers and all my followers, and I appealed it. I got it back, and I said I'm not streaming on TikTok ever again because I'm one ban away from losing my account. So now I have my BlueStar Gaming Live account, and I have about 600 followers. You got to get about 1,000 to stream. So hopefully I can get that back up there.
Yeah, 100%. I hope you can as well, because that's crazy that they did that.
Oh yeah,
That's that's the one thing I was always critique about TikTok is their moderation for the things like that is not great.
oh yeah. It sucked. I was really upset when that happened, and I'm still disappointed in it because I really enjoyed streaming on TikTok. I had viewers that strictly watched on TikTok, and like my moderators on TikTok, they're gone, and they're not gone to say, but like they aren't moderators anymore because they don't necessarily like to moderate on Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that. But I had a couple viewers that mainly watched on there, and then now they don't watch anymore because I don't have TikTok anymore. So it's kind of depressing to see that when it happens too as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. I couldn't imagine how annoying that is.
Yep. Well, I appreciate having you on. You guys know where to check me out and everything, and hopefully we get TikTok coming up going soon. Make sure to check out streams. We do stream every single night. Right now they're running around 11 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see everybody there. I'll see you guys next time. Adios.